Hey Patty, I was going to type up an email, but then I thought I could just shoot a video and send it over to you so you can see what I got going on here. This is the new barn, and that's, you can see it's by the field and right next to my old barn. And in relation to the house, it's over there. And there's our little front field and the tree line. And that's our property line as it is now, but I'm about to buy 31 acres of abutting land, and this whole area right here will all get turned into a 4 to 5 acre field. And so this new barn here is going to be specifically for raising and growing lambs, and these little guys will have a nice 1 acre yard right here, and they'll have ways to get out through all these doors. And one of the reasons why I made this barn so nice looking is because I want to be able to preserve the capital that I put into it, and anyone who comes after me who might buy this place, if I ever decided to sell, would want to do something potentially different, and they can do horses or cows or anything they want. But through these different doors I can subdivide out my lambs or my my ewes who might be in there, and give them their own set of feed needs and their own bits of the yard space. So out that direction will be several acres of field and pasture, and over here is 1 acre yard, and back in there I think I'll have a little visitor parking lot and maybe at some point a little farm store, which is just kind of a fun idea, I think. But the way that I've thought about things is that I want to be commercially successful, I kind of have to come up with a very productive lambing system. And what I've sort of designed out is the farm at its most efficient would use this barn, the existing barn, just for lambing and for 1 or 2 months of lactation. So, and the most efficient I can imagine, that barn right there, a 50 ewes with who are very pregnant will go in there and lamb and spend a little time lactating with their lambs in there, and then they'll come into this barn and the ewes will stay in here with their lambs, and then when they're ready we'll dry off the ewes so that they don't get mastitis, do that right, and then the lambs, and wean them. And so the lambs would stay in here where they know where everything is, and the ewes would then go off to someplace out there or back in the fields there, where I'll have some 3-sided sheds, which would be a lower cost kind of building. And then the lambs will stay in this until they either go to market or join their the rest of the ewes out in the what I'm calling at this point my dry ewe shed. I mean, the dry ewe shed would be something like 2,000 square feet of 3-sided shed. So this is the barn as it is this morning, and it's an empty shell, but we'll be able to try different ideas out in here and different ways of efficiently using this space. So the people who are doing the framing is a team of Amish and what the Amish call English, I think, which means just non-Amish people. It's a half Amish, half English team of barn builders, and they're putting this up very, very quickly, and they'll be done in a few days, and would have been done this week, but we had a lot of rain. So this would be what I can call my feeder barn, where high nutrition need groups of sheep stay, such as my growing lambs and also my late lactation ewes or my late gestation ewes can be in here. So the ewes can come in here and wean, and also the ewes that are gonna be pregnant, are very pregnant, and their bags have filled up and they're looking like they're gonna start lambing at some point. They might come in here for a couple weeks before heading in there to lamb and spend time there with their lambs before coming back here. So it would be a way of doing a very efficient and continuous lambing schedule that I think would actually be kind of a key to success on our farm here. So we'll have part of the annexation, the new land that I'm getting includes pushing this tree line back a little bit and pushing this tree line, which is currently the property boundary, pushing that back. So basically squaring this out. So you can see from back down there, and then right there where that tree line is, cut that, and then meet out there. And then there will be in the back corner in that field, you can't see it here, but way back there is an 18-acre or so stone wall lined field from the 1800s that I think became overgrown sometime in the 1940s or 50s. And so I'm going to reclaim that field for pasture. So I'm going to double my pasture and increase my capacity through nice facilities and have lots of barnyard space. You can see out here lots of space, and then again a single acre on the other side of this, because for almost half the year, 5 months of the year, these pastures aren't really growing anything. And while I might be able to get them to come and graze any previous growth, I probably will need to have all my sheep off of there, certainly for the winter, but also maybe for the last month of the fall and the first month of spring as well. So having really good facilities, lots of dry lot space of really well draining soil, or in this case crushed gravel, I think is a very important part of animal welfare and maintaining everyone at a really high level of condition, and making sure everyone's happy and that they're all thriving. And that's what I think is going to be the key to success here, is happy, thriving, very productive animals and a somewhat sophisticated, I would say, production system. So that's what I'm working on, and that's the barn. And this is my just little temporary fence here, just to subdivide it out so that everyone can work. But that's the barn, and they should be done in a few days. They'll finish that roof out, finish the putting batten. All the board walls need to have batten strips put in there, and then we'll be done. And a little bit more dirt work on the outside. A little retaining wall will go right here, and we got to bring in water and electric to the barn. So a bit more work done, but on the last Saturday of July, I am coming here. I'm going to be driving back from a farm in the Finger Lakes region of New York, and I'm going to have my trailer filled with ewe lambs, and I want to drive them right into that barn. And that's been my plan all along, and everything looks like we're right on schedule. So let's see if I can turn this around. So that's what I got going on here, and I am extremely excited, and I will be happy to show you more pictures and show you things and let you know what's going on, because I absolutely love it, and I love sharing the news and developments with other people. Okay, well, lots of love. It was very good to hear from you, and I am hoping that this video will work out. Okay, bye-bye.